Welcome back to the lecture series. We'll be continuing the lectures of the previous previous lecture. So far we have seen what is the industry needs and what are the skills it's developed. So, okay, fine. Now we have developed your skills, and now our time is to perform the actual interview thing. So what most students think that clearing the aptitude test they may get ready, but that is not the real case. So many companies they may evaluate from the technical rounds, and some people they evaluate from the projects and all those things. So what are the three main rounds they expect us like aptitude, basic elimination, like technical round one is like fundamentals, and technical two is something like deep projects and understanding. Like companies don't select doesn't select based on their marks, they select only based on the problem solving and clarity. Why? Because it's like now currently the critical ability and how they think, that is the most important, how fast they solve the problem to complete the project. So that is the most basic skills are required for the companies. So for example, let's take a students who scored 85%, but they cannot explain it. What is pointer? They may fail, right? So, but the students who is 70%, but still he is very clear in the concept, he will get selected. So, always we should be focused on the concepts, like they should be very clear and cut, and they should know how to use in that explain with an examples. Next is I'll tell a small prep that how we can go for the preparation plan. Like week one, like basics we have to do the revising the subject. So this is like sample I have done for the basic CS domain students. Like but other domain they can prepare as per that your domain experts. So first thing is like basic problem of solving DSAs and like array strings, and like big two is like building the very deep of linked list, stacking trees, and daily we should have the practice of lead codes, and then we should do at least two projects where we do the uh, project ourselves and do the mock interviews, and then finally we should have the strong practice of answering the questions for the HRs. So always like they should be have the consistency is important, because studying is more than 10 hours every day, one day and nothing next day, that will not give us. So they should be have the daily commitment of reading 1 hour is also sufficient if they have there is a consistency. So if you solve the two problems just daily, so 60 problems in 30 days. So that is a more enough to crack the most of the interview. So always we should have the consistency, and we should improve, jump slowly, not like drastically. Reading everything in a one day, it will not be keeping your mind for the entire year. So what is like mini projects and major projects? Like recruiters doesn't care about your project price and project size. They care only about your understanding what you have done and how far you have, what you have learned from that project. So what the recruiters actually ask is like tell about your project is they want to know not a generalistic thing, and what role you have played and how you have been built it. So what challenges you face actually of, and how you have solved them, and possibly you can able to show in the GitHub or the demo. Always we should not get copy or project, like we should have some basic knowledge like what you have done it of. For example, if you say that I did a project, next question is what did you solve it. So if you don't answer that question properly, then you may get rejections, and you will have that you have built something, but what you have built. So that is the basic thing. So you should have the breakups of how did you start it and how did you complete it, and what are the things you have done in a particular project. All those things are the basic necessary things to be noted. And for example, I'll take this small advantage, like how did you use your labs, like but in real time. I have taken a basic labs of this computer lab, IoT lab, networking lab, and how did you utilize your faculties. And the most factor is like what skills, interest, and market demands. That is major thing. Always don't follow your friends or family's trends. Like, okay, everyone is A, we'll go back to the A. If everyone is at manufacturing, if thermal engineering, if they'll go that side, that is not a necessary. IT, every time is IT will not work out. So always keep focus on your personal interest and what your actually passion. So like for example, like if you are a mechanical student and if you have the coding skill, then they can be of automation engineering, which is a high demand. That is a smart combination. So always think about how did you do it. So next is like choosing your career path. When you're choosing your career, I have shown here you can see this like graph like thing where you can start like IT and feel like which is a fast growing and which is a slow growing, which is a dynamical maybe change. So everything there is a different even career path, but though they all work in the same thing, like how they based on the skill and what is your interest and what is the I mean market size. So everything is based on marketing it. So that is the framework you should have that when you're choosing it. So when you're selecting the participating in hackathon is an important, like if you start participating in how do, what gain, what you will gain is like you will have the pressure of solving the problem and you will learn the teamwork, how you can able to crisscross team projects and how and internship referrals, like many companies like Microsoft and other Google and other companies who they give the hackathons and internship offers. So always we have to utilize all those things like to get shape ourselves. What are the common mistakes usually we do is like we don't project much on our resume, we don't build our resume very much properly, and we just simply fix that okay we have to fill the pages, so we simply write whatever projects we have done, but it's not in case. So always you should be very precise in writing your resume, like you should have discussed about projects and which is where where you have been expertise, like so, and you should not do any last minute preparation. And then not fixing a skill focus, like everything, all cannot read everything, right? So reading web, I mean web technology, websites, Mang, I mean front end, back end, AML. So all together, that is not going to give you the basic thing. So always you should have the specific focus path where you can learn it. And then you should have the networking. So networking should be there. And next is like LinkedIn profile. Always, whenever you do it like a thing, then you should project in your LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn is like not like writing something in the headlines. Your headlines should be very precise and how do you will write it. Like what is your skill, what is your project, and what is your goal. And then you should have the regularly posting your demo project certifications. Like and everything. So, what is like classroom versus corporate is classrooms. We have the exams and but in corporate we have the deadlines to completion of thing. In classrooms we have a time to escape from our work, but in corporates we don't have a time to escape from our work. Always and in classrooms we think we work for ourselves and we study for ourselves like individual, but in corporates we have to work with a team. And in classrooms we read only the theory, but in corporate we have to do the executions, like and the communication skills is a non-negotiable where you have to compulsorily do it. What is important in like how did you can transfer this audit yourself, like auditing is like you can just audit that where you what you have understand and how do you what are the skills need to be developed, what are the skills you are already in a best practices you have. So all those things you audit it, and which wherever you get a lag in you just develop the skill and then practice regularly, and then you can apply in the real world thing. So one strong thing that the only difference between the placed and unplaced students is when they start. So if you start at early in the initial stages of first year, then you may have the very good placement. So always like start today, like not thinking like, okay, tomorrow I'll do, tomorrow I'll do. That is not going to give you a result. So whatever the branch, our branch does not. So we think that okay, we study EC, then we will get a good in correct scenario. No, we study the AI, we get a good job. That is not a thing. Whether whichever the domain you study and you work, you should be very consistency. Like our branch does not decide our your future, that your skills does, right? So always stay focused and start today, don't start tomorrow. Okay, the only difference is like where we are going to start. But that makes a difference between these people. Thanks for watching. In next lecture, we'll see the continuation of the series. Thank you.